Hey guys, so today's workout is low cadence drills, and I first want to be really clear of what this is training and what it is not training, because there seems to be some confusion here. First off, low cadence drills are going to train for smooth torque adaptation and application in the pedal stroke. It's also going to make us more efficient in that early power phase of the pedal stroke, which means that we're going to be better at long durability, long events, and riding. Okay, so that's what it is training. What it is not is it is not a substitute for strength training. If you are in base phase right now, just entering base phase, starting a new season, trying to do a lot of zone 2, and you want to get stronger on the bike, you need to be going to the gym. You need to be doing squats, deadlifts, lunges, step ups with weight. Low cadence is not a substitute for the gym. All right, grinding away in low gear is not enough. It's below the threshold needed to stimulate connective tissue adaptation and neuromuscular max force recruitment, which is what you're getting when you have actual weight training. It is also not VO2 max training. We are stressing the legs here, not the cardiovascular system. It is not FTP training. We are too low in our power to actually be getting the intensity needed for FTP training and improvement. And it is not a substitute for doing tempo and sweet spot intervals. What it is it's a preparation for doing that type of muscular endurance workout. And that's why I recommend that this happens in mid-base, all right? Not early base, but mid-base. Because by the time you get to like your late base, you're starting to do those muscular endurance workouts more and more time in zone in those. And this is a preparation for that, okay? So what it's going to help us with is it's going to help us with zone 3 muscular tension. So think about getting into a breakaway and needing to hold that power, a higher power, for quite a long period of time, keeping the pressure on the pedal. All right, it's going to help us with that. It's going to help us with 12 to 20 minute seated climbing, okay? And it's going to help us with segments in an endurance ride where a lot of torque is needed, and that can come up in various situations. So really we are preparing the body for doing the muscular endurance work by doing low cadence drills. Okay, so I hope that clears up some confusion that I've been hearing in the train camp group. All right, so let's take a look at this workout. This is a 6x20 minute alternating cadence, and all of this is relative to you as an athlete. All right, so starting off 20 minutes at 90 to 105 RPM. Basically, I want you to be uncomfortable. If you're like, hey, 90 to 105, that's my normal like cadence, we're good to go, then you need to bump up higher. Then that's not uncomfortable enough, all right? Same thing when you drop down to the 20 minutes at low cadence. If this doesn't feel uncomfortable, then you need to drop down even lower. What I want, especially in the low cadence part, is I want you to really feel that torque. You should feel like you're really having to crank through the pedal, but I want you to hold your power within kind of that zone 2, zone 3 range, all right? You should not be going up into zone 4, zone 5, all this sort of stuff. You should be staying in a relatively comfortable power zone, but be uncomfortable in the torque application through your RPM, okay? One word of caution is some trainers do not do very well with low cadence. Some trainers, if you're doing these indoor on the indoor trainer, don't do well once you get to that under 60 RPM. And it just really, really makes you have to crank through and force through. So you need to know and understand your own setup and limitations. I prefer doing these outside, but if you do them on the trainer, some trainers that I've done them on, I have to drop these down to 10 minute and 10 minute, or I need to break it up into alternating 5 minutes, where I do 5 minutes high, 5 minutes low, and kind of adjust what that power and torque look like, whether or not I need to do them standing or seated. I prefer you do these 20 minute, both seated, okay? That is going to give us kind of the best adaptations that we're looking for and the best training that we're looking for. If you have to do them standing because of the way your trainer behaves, that's okay. All right, it's not the end of the world. but preferably you can figure out how to do these guys 20-minute seated, and block of 20-minute high, block of 20-minute low cadence. That's going to give you the most out of this workout. All right, so I hope that is a good workout for you guys. Also, I caution not to start really doing these too much until you're later into the base training. All right, you can use these later on as kind of a maintenance as well, but don't do too much of them if you're in the process of doing race specific training or a lot of high intensity training. Okay. As always, these workouts are free. You just go to Intervals.icu, search for the group here, and then they will be in the folder right here as I continue to add more and more of these guys. Let me know if you guys have any questions. We're going to start doing some group rides starting this Sunday, actually. So if you join the training camp here, you'll see all the information as to where to do the group ride. I will live stream it on Douyin because that's where I can live stream currently, and I will answer training questions during that live stream. So that's it for now. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.